What's up, all you party people? Did I sound like Ty? Because I hope I did, because Ty is sadly not here to film this episode because he is busy actually hanging out with his brother because it is his birthday. But I have one of my favorite special people in the whole world, and this with me, this is Josh Baker.
I love that. Joshua.
Yes. Girl, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I've been craving being on
Yeah,
here.
I know. I'm so excited to have you on.
Me too.
Cool.
Me too. Wait, first of all,
Okay.
because I'm so excited, I got you a little something.
Ooh,
Yes, clink clink.
yes, quickly. I like it.
Have you tried the James Harden Prosecco? Prosecco.
No.
Girl.
What?
First
Girl,
of all, did you know he had a bottle?
No, I didn't know he had a bottle.
Me either.
Girl, let's do it.
And it's like pride colors
Yeah,
almost. Gay.
Let me see. He got those pink pony shoes, so girl. Oh gosh. Okay.
Right?
And the glasses.
I might have come prepared.
Okay,
you
I
know.
see. Okay. Well, first of all, thank you guys for thank you for watching us and come to our channel. This is Fruit Hoops. I'm Scott, and this is my special guest today, Joshua Baker. Girl, I'm excited for this.
Me too. I hope it's as good as he shoots. Because I mean, he'd be real good.
Yeah, that's true. Or if it's bad, like his playoff,
yeah.
his playoff stuff. Yeah.
They're not making fun of the Clippers already.
Oh, girl. Yes. Oh, my gosh. I'm so excited. Okay. So the reason why I have Josh on is because I know some of you guys have seen, like, we did, Ty and I did.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, girl.
I'll pour you one.
Yes. Oh, yes. Please. Okay. So Ty and I did a review of F1 drivers, and I started getting to F1 this year because I watched last season's show on Netflix, and Josh is a huge F1 driver. He's kind of actually the reason why I kind of got into F1 because I would see in his stories all the time you're posting about it.
It's so fun.
Yes, but first of all, Josh, let's give people a little bit, a little bit about yourself, a little bio.
Okay, well, first, wish I was an F1 driver, because can you imagine the trips we'd be taking?
Girl.
Money. But definitely a huge fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I got started watching that around like pandemic
Hold on,
time.
tell me. Cheers first.
Oh, okay.
Cheers,
Well,
welcome.
cheers.
Yes.
She said, be quiet.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I started watching that around the pandemic time because, you know, home from work, all that stuff. And I got really into it. And then as time has gone on, it's been just really fun to get friends into it as well.
Yeah.
Because it's such an incredible sport, you know?
It's very like, until you actually take the time to listen to it and like watch it or like learn the details, then it's exciting.
Yeah. Because otherwise you're just watching cars.
Just drive by. It's like,
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
that on the 101
Totally.
all the time.
Just a bunch of tweaks. Just
Yeah.
running around.
Yeah.
Hoping they wreck something. But no, it's so much more than that. And it's so detailed. It takes a true athlete to really drive a car like that. It's,
Okay, so what makes you think it's like a true athlete to drive like that? Like, you don't think LeBron James or Patrick Mahomes or, I don't know, Serena
you
could
can't be
hop in
listening
the
to the
car?
best of the best. Of course
James
there is,
Harden? Do you think James Harden can get in here?
Well, I mean, he does have alcohol now, so he might be on the fritz.
Oh, yeah.
I think it really takes like a true athlete that can hang in there through just pressure. The amount of G-force they're taking, I mean, they're taking turns at 150, 170, 200 miles an hour. That is insane. When you see these guys after the race, the average amount of sweat and the weight loss from that, 5 pounds a race.
Girl, that's why they're all...
Can you imagine me?
Girl.
Losing 5
Yeah,
pounds?
gone. Body gone.
This would be a whole different show. And that's incredible to me.
Right.
And
Yeah.
again, I didn't really know that until I really kind of looked into it.
Well, there's that episode in the season I watched last season where
You're talking about Drive to
George
Survive.
Russell. No. It's the whatever. What is the Netflix series?
The Drive to Survive.
Oh, is that what, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, Drive. So George Russell came out. He was like hot as fuck in some race. I forgot what race, and then had to go like take a really cold, like a cold bath, and he looked like he was going to pass out because of the
Truly.
heat, the exhaustion. So I didn't realize it was that intense.
That's why they have these vests now that are filled with cold
Cold
water
water?
to help keep you colder. And that's kind of new in the past few years.
Girl, I didn't understand the whole like when they're training and they're pulling the skull.
Oh yeah,
You seen that stuff? 'Cause
you're like on a hardcore roller coaster and you're like pushed back. Imagine that for an hour.
Well, I don't do roller coasters. I'll do a carousel.
Oh, a carousel. I'm obsessed.
Did you just kind of start watching F1 because it was a pandemic? You're like, well, I've always been kind of interested in it. Now here's my chance to
Yeah,
get
I
into
mean,
it.
kinda. I'm a huge sports fan of just all the sports. You know, I mean, of course, that time is like ESPN Ocho. You know,
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm watching like lawn, whatever,
Like lawn
yeah.
mowing.
Yeah, which is fun.
Yeah,
Still.
yeah.
And then I woke up like early one day, and this race was on, and as you're going through and you're hearing the rules and you're seeing like the speed display, I'm thinking, oh, this is not NASCAR. You know, this is much more intense. It helps that some of the drivers are cute as well.
Oh yeah,
you know,
they are. It
little
does.
Lando
It is-
Norris, little
Ooh,
Piastri.
yes, Piastri. I do like me Piastri.
Yeah,
yes.
we're McLaren fans.
Yeah, McLaren. Team McLaren. Yes.
And that's also why a lot of these racers, there's turnover in the sense that like it's hard. Red Bull this year, Max Verstappen's teammate is Liam Lawson. And, they had big hopes for him, and it's not been the best season for him, which to me is just proof that, like, you can be prepared, you can have all the years of training to go, and then you're in that moment, you're doing the cars that are the fastest, that are the best, and you can either do it or you can't, but I can't imagine.
So your thing is that here we gave you the best of the best, and if you can't do it, then there's obviously something wrong with you because you have the best equipment to work with.
That's what it comes down to.
You have no excuse.
You have no excuse in the
It's
sense,
you.
because it does come down to you at the very end of the day. Because there's so many races won where the driver is fighting with their team of like, no, I'm not going to switch my tires. I know I can do this.
Right.
So there is so much gumption in all that, and the fight. I mean, these drivers are friends,
Yeah.
but
But they have an ego, like you said.
only after the race.
Yeah,
right.
you did say
Like
that.
they're
Okay.
ready to fight.
They are. So today, we actually did watch the
Canadian Grand Prix.
race. Yes, that was fun. That was very fun to hang out.
Grand Prix du Canadien, as they say.
Yeah, this was great because I got to learn a lot with Josh while watching it. Girl was just spitting out knowledge. I was like, "Hey, you need to relax because we need some content later on." I was like, "Girl, all
I
this
think
shit-
like 15 laps went by, and we
Yeah.
were like, "You're still talking."
You're still talking." I was like, "Damn, girl, okay." So, but no, to your point though, is towards the end, if you guys didn't see in the Canadian race, Norris
Yeah.
and Piastri are on the same team, and there were 4 laps left, and Norris kind of fucked it up.
Yeah. Their team is interesting, right? Because usually you have your lead driver. There's that kind of person that the team gives the advantage.
Beyonce.
The
The
Beyonce,
Beyonce.
to the Cali.
Yes, yes.
Michelle, maybe, depending.
Yeah, depending. Yeah,
You're
yeah.
Liam Lawson.
Yeah.
What's interesting about McLaren now is that they brought in Oscar Piastri, and Lando had become the lead driver. But Piastri's competitive, and he'll fight back. They'll get on the radio and they'll say, "Hey, he's already leading. He was in pole position," and Piastri's like,
I don't care.
I don't care." Now, half the time he'll have wrecked his car, maybe because of that feeling.
Right.
But today was the interesting where the opposite.
It was the
happened.
opposite.
Lando wanted that instead of just saying, "Hey, I'll just take what I am. This is my teammate." And look what happened.
Like, why not? We said this earlier. Why not just let the race end as you 1-2? Next race, let's see where we're at, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely. It doesn't, especially if it's your own teammate, right?
Yes.
It doesn't make sense to put both of you. Like, what if Piastri had also gone off the track?
Yeah, and then you both lose points, and none on
Right?
the podium.
And y'all are leading in the Constructors
Yeah.
Cup. You're leading for the Drivers' Championship. And it's been years
yeah,
since that's happened for anybody other than Red Bull.
yeah, it's like their time. Like, let's make like a dynasty. I feel like that'd be more
Right,
better,
yeah.
right? Let's be a dynasty. Like,
Totally. But at the same time, I do.
you like the drama, girl.
Well, I kind of do love, right? Because like you work your whole life
Right.
to get to be one of those 2
Right.
out of 20 racers.
So, like, if I had my opportunity, why not be like the best of the best? Like, here it is. Like,
Right.
yeah.
I
should
mean, like, don't kill your teammate.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
But if you think you're faster in that moment, fight for it. Do that. That's what happened with Lando. He thought he had better times, and stats wise, he did. He had the fastest lap on the race today, and I'm sure the radio was saying, "Hey, let Lando go." And I'm sure they
Said,
had
"Lando, go!"
Lando said, "Go,
Lando,
go
go."
away." He said, "Bye bye."
So, okay, I know we're here to talk about F1, and I have a lot of questions for you about F1. But I actually do want to know a little bit more about you, about sports, because we talk sports, but you're actually on the other end of sports that I don't really pay attention to. You're more in like rugby. You're super into tennis, which is great, and that's
Yes.
something I want to get into even more. But just the sports that you like are a little more, I'm not saying like unconventional, but just like I feel like steer away a little bit more from like the more pop culture mass of basketball
Yeah.
and football. Like, what is that? Just because you don't care for the other sports?
No, not at all. I mean, like NBA, always we're watching that, right now. You know what I mean? Go Pacers. But I think when it comes to the rugbies, the ESPN Ocho 8s,
Yeah.
and especially when it comes to F1, it's just like a different level of knowing the rules, being able to sit in a space where your body is being torn apart, basically.
Oh, usually that's my bed.
You better stop. Okay, you better shout out your man. Yeah.
So is it just the appeal? And this is why I'm interested in some of these other sports, because it's just so different.
You know what? I've always, since I was a kid, I've loved sports that were worldwide. Because
Yeah, you are liking those all the
I love
international
that.
sports.
I think it's so interesting.
Because ain't nobody like America right now. I get it.
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
Girl, no king.
One of my favorite books is called How Soccer Started Wars. That's not the exact title, but it's literally about the history, especially like South America, where many wars were started simply over soccer.
Oh,
Worldwide.
war-wide.
See? Say it again.
Yeah.
And I find that to be incredible.
Okay.
A sport that the world can get behind.
Yeah.
There's just a different like feeling about that.
There's more passion. 'Cause
Yeah.
I noticed that when I was watching F1 and I was like starting to see more and paying attention to it, like it's just different. I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was this popular
Right.
internationally. Just the culture and the fans and how they show up in these different countries compared to the U.S.
Right.
I was like, it is different.
I mean,
the lifestyle is
100,000,
way different.
150,000 people showing up, you know, and then most of those people are on a very like specific part of the track, you know,
Yes.
so they're showing up to see 2 seconds of a car.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like, I think so.
Wait, hold on.
Girl, wait, do you like this? Hold on. I keep refilling it.
You know what? I thought
Hold on.
I thought it was like a little dry, but the more I've had a couple of sips, I actually think it's kind of nice.
It's not bad. Yeah. You know what? It's good. I don't mind it. James Harden, this is cute. I'll buy it again.
James Harden, thank you.
Yes.
We would like a case or two.
Yes. Yes. Cheers to that. Cheers to James Harden. You know what, James Harden? You cooking. You cooking.
Yes.
You cooking. You
He's
cooking with this.
Stirring. Oh, see, that's how you know I'm not cool.
Yeah. No, but okay. So back to like, there's a lifestyle and that's different between the U.S. in sports compared to international soccer, rugby, F1. There is just more passion, I think, and care.
Yeah.
And this is what I was watching Mind the Game podcast with Steve Nash, LeBron, and Luca, and they were talking about the difference how in the Olympics, European countries or all the other countries are just seem more passionate about winning, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's because U.S. is so big, you can't focus on certain sports. Like certain countries are just very good at like that one or two sports.
Right,
So
right.
they're all very into it.
And if you think about that, they have that specific sport to cheer
Yes,
on.
like, that's
Whereas
it.
like the Americas, America, Canada, that's what I meant. You know, like a lot of these other bigger countries can dominate at dozens.
Dozen sports, and that's
Right.
the thing. They're all so spread out to all like being passionate about something else.
Right.
People are passionate about, football, basketball, hockey, whatever it is. We have all these other ones that we can all just like cheer for. But certain countries are like, they're like, we just play soccer. We
Yeah.
just do this. We just race. Like, so I get that, and I get why like it can be so much more interesting about the international stage of it all.
Yeah, it's there's like even like you get over to just London in general, you could cheer for your national team, and then you've got 30 smaller teams
Yeah.
that you could just be
Yeah.
like you're like local team, and these people fight, bleed, love over that, and we just maybe it's because we are more of a melting pot here, and it gives you more space to love or hate.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that's where it comes with our sports too. We also have the best athletes, I believe.
Yes.
Mostly overall. Maybe minus like winter sports.
Okay,
Olympics.
so I agree. I do think Americans have the best athletes, but this kind of to me reflects in a sense of like kind of politics. We might be like the best, but we don't know how to strategically be better at it.
Right.
It's like you're gifted again. Like it's like F1. Here's the car. We need you to be good at it. Like we're giving you all the equipment. Like Americans have the best athletes, but they don't know how to train, how to get the basics, how to get the fundamentals in sports.
Yeah.
And I think that's what separates us from like struggling with how to be good in soccer, how Europe and other countries are catching up to us in basketball,
Which is right.
which is
Like, what
crazy, right?
Yeah,
It's a
'cause
big
soccer's
flip.
gotten bigger in the past, especially like men's soccer. Because I mean,
Women's soccer,
women's
bro,
soccer is blowing up.
Women's, that's
Yes.
yeah, that's
I guess men's soccer is like, I guess we'll do the job.
yeah. It's nice to have it the
yeah.
other way around in sports,
and
right?
of course, Miami brought in Messi.
Yeah, Messi.
Which I mean, you throw that name in, and everybody's showing up.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
because he's showing out.
I'm like, do you wear underwear?
Yeah. Oh, I hope not. Okay, yeah.
He's made many a children.
Heavy load.
Heavy.
They said, goal!
Post.
Okay.
Yeah, here's the other thing too, is like with America, when it comes to our athletes, the goal is like always professional,
Right.
right? Because we don't have it set up in our system where you can play, lower tier leagues and afford a home.
Yeah.
You go over to Europe and, you start with Premier, Champion, National, League 1, League 2.
Mm-hmm.
You're down 7 leagues, and those people can still, afford an apartment. So there's also a different perspective of what sports means to Americans versus a lot of the rest of the world, I guess you could say. Like, I feel like in America, sports, a lot of people jump on like bandwagons.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas like,
There's
if you like Wrexham, shout out Ryan.
Yeah.
Then you liked them when they were terrible.
Okay, that's how I feel about Warrior fans. I'm sorry. I get like this is my thing. I get you could be like the Steph Curry thing, but like when he leaves, are you guys going to be Warrior fans?
Right.
This is my biggest thing. That's what bothered me about Warrior fans. You guys are jumping on it, and I understand like someone's bringing you into the game, like kind of like how.
And Steph Curry, I mean, easiest
Yes.
person to bring you into anything.
And I
like,
love.
I'm showing up for that dinner.
Oh yeah, I'm showing up, girl.
We
Yeah,
eating.
yes, VIP. I'm gonna be right on time. You
Right.
show up at 5:55.
Wasn't even invited.
Yeah.
Here I am. Dumb.
But yeah, no, I agree because there is a passion to like the international people about caring for them through the ups and the downs, and I
Exactly.
do hate bandwagoners because it's just kind of frustrating.
Yeah.
And that's the difference now. I think with America that I'm noticing is, well, I guess in basketball for me, people like the athletes and less about the team.
Right.
International, they're all about the team, the team.
Absolutely. Even like I was thinking like when LeBron and his son started playing together, right? Instead of like people like seeing that as just like I mean, of course people saw it as an awesome, beautiful moment. There was more hope that they would fail together.
Which is crazy.
It is kind of crazy. And I'm not even the biggest like LeBron fan. I mean, I'm not dumb. The man is one of the best of the best of the best.
Yes.
But it is, again, I don't think you would find that so much in a lot of the European sports because everything's just so respected no matter what tier you're on.
Right. Yes.
And like, what a dream. Like
Yeah.
if I had a kid and I got like, how cool would it be to play your favorite sport with your son, who's also good?
Who's also good. It's like this, I will go off on a whole tangent for another 5-10 minutes about this. So don't get me started. But
Sets timer.
girl, ding, time's up.
It's already done.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, I agree. I think people should just realize what specialty, like that kind of history, to be able to play with your fucking damn son in a sport.
Totally. Maybe that's also like kind of going back to why sometimes I go towards these more obscure sports is the level of passion is kind of wild to me. I was telling you about one of my other favorite sports earlier, Australian football.
Oh yes,
league.
yeah.
Hottest men in the world. But these like the Australian football players, the fact they're not even getting paid to play what I think is just a more demanding sport of time, all of that physicality, the passion you have to have. And this is like rugby. Like they can tackle each other.
Oh yeah.
But mixed in with kicking and passing the ball. So that's to get your ass whooped.
And not be paid that much.
Correct.
Yeah.
And not even get over $1 million.
Yeah, that means you like it. You love it too much.
You love it a lot.
Yeah.
And it's know.
It's giving starving artists.
Correct. It's like all y'all were painters at some point, and your dad's still mad at you. But finally, you made the team. You got one like frame in the Met that you put up yourself, and you got to take it down.
Yeah. The reason why this podcast means so much to me and Ty is, for me on my personal level, is that growing up, I look a certain way. I'm not as built. I was closeted, and just not feeling like as respected. How was it like for you growing up, being into sports as a gay person?
It was hard. This sounds silly, conceited. Whatever.
It's not.
I wasn't bad at any sport.
Okay.
I wasn't the best, but I was good at all.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
That's called verse.
I love that. Yes. I was versed in every sport.
Yeah.
And I remember specifically, there was a track meet with my school. I was running for my middle school. And it was the 200 meter. I killed it. I mean, killed it. I mean, I'm from Memphis. I'll leave it kind of there. Like, the athletes. Mm-hmm. and I demolished that race.
Demolished.
I mean, I'm
said
talking 6 seconds at
Girl.
least. Okay, but what did my teammates say to me? Not congratulations on kicking everyone's butt, but that I ran with my wrist like this, right? And they could have been like, "Hey, you ran with limp wrist and won," but they were just like,
just said-
"You're gay." And I'm like, "But I'm the only one that won."
What?
And that transferred like playing soccer.
You're worried about your body language?
Because I'm fast, and I would put myself out of positions. I was always playing defense, always sweeper, and I would constantly chase my butt all the way up to the front to take out somebody because I was like, I'm the only one that can. But after track, I'd be like, how am I running? Am I running gay?
Yeah. Did it slow you down? Like, did it affect you?
Absolutely. I, in a way, just like, especially like towards the end of high school, I just kind of stopped playing competitive sports in a way.
That's sad.
Because I was just so in my head
Right.
of how I looked,
Yeah.
how I came off, because I was so scared. I was so scared.
Yeah.
I think it's too is like I had such support from my family. There was never, my dad never was like, let me teach you how to run and
yeah.
straight and win
Like this?
Yeah. No, he was just like,
Yeah.
take the heels off before you run, that way you can win. So yeah, but like I remember there was a moment when I was at Ole Miss. That's where I went to college, and I was in a frat. And
Okay, bro.
girl, should have seen my voice then. But it was like the first time I'd played soccer in forever, and we were playing another fraternity, and I talked up myself, but it'd been so long, and then I get out there, and I'm with all these frat bros, and I'm like a freshman. I already had been turned down from fraternities at Ole Miss because they thought I was gay.
Mm-hmm.
And so as soon as I hit that field, I freaked. I couldn't play. The joke became, but we thought you were so good. But my head was, I'm not out yet.
Yeah.
What if they, what about?
Did you ever get a chance to redeem yourself?
I wouldn't say I did sports wise, but I did in other ways. I was a theater major at Ole Miss. The same year that I came out of the closet, I won Best Actor for playing Jesus in Godspell.
Playing Jesus? Okay. Come on, Gemstones.
It was the nose.
It was the nose.
Come on, Gemstones, right?
Uncle Billy. Yeah, I can't.
Can you imagine?
No,
I think I was wearing like some like True Religion jeans, girl.
I can't.
Oh man, but that's kind of more where I took my power back. And here's the other thing too. A lot of times, a lot of it's put on ourselves, right? I thought no one would accept me if my fraternity would turn against me, and they didn't. They rallied, they supported, even when I didn't ask them to. Even when I left, they were still behind me, ready to fight for me.
Doggy style behind you?
Don't get the story started. We're getting a little blackout Halloween story.
Yeah, girl, okay. Off camera.
Or was it on camera?
Yeah. Ooh.
It was not.
So back to your redemption.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I maybe had that like
Moment.
sports redemption story. Not that I ever felt like I went out like, so many wonderful, wonderful memories.
Right.
And I got to play with my brothers, which I loved. I loved my brother Job. This tall, big, like football player type guy, one of the best like goalies I ever got to play with, and that was my own brother. So many positive things from those moments in my life. But yeah, not that you wish you could go back. There's no regret, but it'd be interesting to see how far I could have gone. I feel like I've doubled down on just becoming more like myself. To the T when it comes just to sports, all the other. Because, now I'm not afraid. My partner and I have been together for almost 10 years, and we play tennis every week for the past forever.
Do you beat him, by the way?
Oh my gosh, y'all. I beat him twice.
Just ever in your
In
lifetime?
8 years.
You've only beat... Girl, he's better than you like that?
Oh, he's so good. Oh, he absolutely could have been like playing in college and all that. But as we say, and we were just talking about, those evil thoughts that come into your brain
Girl,
stop
I'm
you.
gonna look at him a lot
Oh,
differently now.
he's so good. And it's interesting because I've always had my own way of doing sports. I will figure out how to be good at it the opposite way everyone else is trained. So you'll see me with the tennis racket, and you're like, that ball should not be able to go that way. But I've taught myself my own way. And as the years have gone on, I've gotten better. And it, sometimes I'll get like 3 games off of him.
Yeah.
But then the second I do that, it's like he just turns it up.
just
And
turn-
you're like, okay, stop serving like Nadal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, now like we're in a public court. Calm down. I'm gonna hit somebody on accident. That's what I love about tennis too, is that tennis, the amount of stamina that you have to have
Yeah.
to play at a high level for so long. Because I could play at a high level for like an hour and a half.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, I'm praying that I
Yeah.
could waddle to the ball.
Yeah. You're mentally checked out.
Right. With Alcaraz, like he knew he had to like draw out points.
Yeah.
Which means that's why the match was the second longest match in history at Roland Garros.
Yeah, they are some of the most underrated athletes.
And they didn't take a break to go pee.
That's the craziest thing. I would have pissed my pants.
I can't go to a movie for more
Yeah.
than 2 hours and a half. No.
Yeah.
He looked at me like that because he knows I'm actually just getting more food. I know it.
Yeah,
I mean,
I got that.
5.5 hours.
Yeah,
Of
that's-
anything.
Girl, I can't even go back to the bar for 5.5 hours anymore.
No, I can't stand at work for that long. I just walk around with a chair for that moment. Oh, 5 hours. Must sit down. I can't. So that I get. But look, I'm going to bring the Australian Football League back because, again, those like obscure ones, those are the sports where it does, like, you have to be in the best shape of your life. And which you can tell that now too. We go back to tennis with Carlos. I mean, he is fitter. I mean, he's always been fit, but he is fitter than he's ever been.
This forearm? Yeah.
His right
His
arm,
arm,
the
yeah.
size difference.
Yeah.
is
I wonder if he
wild.
jerks off with that one too.
Maybe
He's like adding a
or
little
maybe
more.
so strong that
Yeah.
he does the left instead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe
He
balance
has
it
a
out.
name for
balance
it,
out. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like okay.
Alcaraz is one that, like, in my head, I hope he.
Oh,
Yeah.
might.
like,
I know.
voice.
I don't
But-
think so though. He doesn't give me that at all.
He doesn't give me actually anything like that. You know what he gives me? Champion. And if you're a champion, you don't got time for anybody's.
You got yes.
Nothing.
Asexual.
Asexual.
Yes.
Fleshlight asexual.
Yeah.
But also, like, I'm sure he's exhausted.
Oh yeah.
Can you
I'm sure.
imagine?
Yeah. He'd probably just be like, "Can you just sit on it?"
Carlos Alcaraz has an academy now because, that's what they all should do for the kids. But they're coming here in this summer to do the Carlos Alcaraz Academy for
Oh
tennis.
shit.
And so I looked it up to go because there's like an adult section. It was like $1,000.
Oh.
And you didn't even meet him.
Oh, that's not even worth it. Then.
I spent less to go to Indian Wells.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't get to
And
meet and
scream
greet.
behind him,
Yeah.
He never heard. But, it was just like me fighting with like 10 women. But, power to the ladies.
Okay, Josh, we are going to go to the end of the show.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you something that we do. So we have different segments. And because I know that you watch different kind of sports, we have a segment called What the Fruit.
What the fruit? I love
Yeah,
that.
it's our version of What the Fuck.
Oh,
So
duh.
you give your, duh.
You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Thought he was smart.
So this is going to be a What the Fruit segment. And I'm going to
Okay.
show you a couple different clips that I found of different sports that are now made up these days, because now it just seems like there are sports about anything. So I will show you some of these clips and
Okay.
just give our quick little opinion about it real fast, like an initial
I'm
thought.
excited.
Okay. So this is what I found is chess boxing.
Are they wearing boxing shorts?
Chess boxers, girl.
This is chess boxing, a sport where two fighters play alternating rounds of chess and boxing until one player wins by checkmate or by knockout. 1 second, you're calculating your next move, and the next, you're getting punched in the face. It's pretty crazy. The first chess boxing match ever was held in 2003, and since then, it's been growing in popularity across the world. And in 2022, the streamer Ludwig actually held the biggest chess boxing event ever that has now gained almost 4 million views. Some people have even said that chess boxing should be in the Olympics. And although chess boxing is not an Olympic sport yet, it could be on its way because there was an Olympic exhibition match in Paris just before the start of the 2024 Paris Olympics last year. Would you watch chess boxing?
I'm confused. When do they get up to hit each other? It's like if you lost your pawn,
Like you-
and now you're mad.
Yeah, he said-
Because like if that's the case, I'll just take you out before the match.
he said
and then I
like
won.
he said
you know what I mean?
knight to queen 3. Bah!
Right, right, or like this queen. I don't like. That's just.
Well, I think, what did he say?
I'm confused.
He said during checkmate? Was that what it was? During
Or checkmate or knockout.
yeah, then you can punch them. So I guess you're just sitting there playing chess until you make the move and then you start fighting?
Now, see, there's the problem. Now I'm going to go home and look all this up.
Round and round. So 1 round of fighting, 1 round of chess.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
you checkmate them in your round of chess, or you knock them out in your fighting.
So I guess if you don't, I'm guessing now it's the amount of moves. So maybe they'll give you like a certain amount of time.
Oh.
Like you
But
have
that's
to
how you win. Also,
Yeah, so if you do a certain amount of moves,
you can win.
then you win. So my guess would be you do a certain amount of moves, and if you don't make it within that time, like okay, so the round is over. Round 2 is let's box for 1 minute.
Is this my new favorite sport?
You don't even know what it is.
It kind of right, but it like appeals to me.
Yeah.
I love chess and I love fighting. Is it warm in there? I would be cold.
Just,
I'm getting.
they're shirtless.
I want to put like a chess master in there and see if they would because these cannot be the best chess players.
Oh yeah, they have to be kind of somewhat dumb.
yeah.
Yeah.
They probably play on like the computer,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because some of these chess masters can win in like 3 moves.
which is wild.
Yeah.
But I mean, I used to like scam people at like middle school.
Okay.
In that, they were playing like Pokemon, and I would show up to like the early daycare thing, and I'd bring my chess, and I would do the same 4 to 5 moves, like memorize pattern, right?
Yeah.
So I'm playing against like 7th graders.
She said, "Not you stealing lunch money from kids."
Bro, my table's full of donuts that day. Every day, I was like getting all those $2. But you look back, you're like, I'm stealing $2 from this fucking. Oops, sorry, from a 6-year-old. I am confused, but I'm gonna go look this up because I kind of find it interesting. Like this man is literally moving pieces while wearing gloves, ready to hit somebody.
She said,
He's
"Not
like-
he said, not me, not Hermione,
Not
you."
Can we also maybe talk about this? Might be a gay sport. Like you're so mad that your pawn got taken that you like threw your piece down and you're like, my neon green gloves are ready. We're fighting.
Okay, so this is our second one. This, I believe, is combat juggling.
I'm confused again. So you get close to each other.
She said. That's actually kind of pretty impressive, though.
But these are the people I
But
expect
there's-
to be playing this sport as well.
These are the people that said, "Oh, my broom was broken. We can't do Quidditch."
You better stop. You better stop right now. You know where I play tennis, they have a Quidditch league, and they are out there.
You
on
could just
brooms
say
playing.
you could just say you're in the Quidditch league. You don't
Oh,
need
I
to pretend like you're
wish.
playing
I
tennis.
wish.
You know what I
I've
mean?
thought so many times to be able to be like, hey, I got my own broom.
Yeah, I got the new Swiffer.
No, you
The
like
Swiffer-
hocus pocusing
the
it, where it's
Swiffer
like
3000.
whatever's in the closet will work. The Swiffer 3000.
You're showing up with a Roomba. Does this work?
They have a mind of their own. Kathy and Jimmy, we love you. Okay, to this sport. I'm confused again. Now maybe this is where just me comes in. If the goal is to knock their juggling pins, I don't see how that would be hard. Like wah.
But you're also trying to like keep yours going afloat. You don't want to
maybe
get too
that's part of
close,
it.
right?
You can't lose your own then.
Yes, you can't go too close.
I'm not trying to get hit
Yeah.
in sports.
No. That's
No.
why you like F1.
Yeah. Not because I think I'll get hurt. I worry what my nose would do to hands. And, and most of these guys do not have insurance. So,
Yeah. I would
you
do
throw
well.
it high, hit on the head, catch,
Well, not
win.
the head. No, not the head. You just knocking out the like.
But if you make it look like an accident. Did you see how close they
Girl,
were?
you're giving Verstappen or whatever.
Don't you ever. Don't you.
What'd you say? Yeah, it's giving Tanya Harding.
It's giving Tanya. It's giving like you're gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. I'm not as interested to find more about this.
Compared to chess boxing.
Because this looks like they're like at an elementary school or something.
Yeah, it's given PE.
Did I get paid to do this? It's the teachers.
The teachers.
They work for months on this.
Okay, Josh. I honestly had so much fun with it.
I adored
Yeah,
this. This was so much fun.
I'm glad we finally got
I'm
to
gonna
do
make
it.
us do another round where we talk about AFL.
Oh yeah,
Which
down.
is probably just gonna be us staring at a screen while these men run around in short shorts.
Yeah, that's called porn. Next time we'll do it with Ty.
Everyone watch it.
Ty will be here next time. I know.
We'll make the family.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, I had a blast.
I love you.
Cheers. Thank you guys so much for following and subscribing. We love you. And you know what, you guys? I don't know if you ever heard the saying, but remember, Josh, to always stay fruity.
Ooh, deal.
Bye. Thank you.